Germany. Inside, a German secretary tries to choose one of the many imported French perfumes on sale.
Ich möchte gerne ein Parfum. Ja, wie gefällt Ihnen dieses? Oh ja, das riecht ganz gut. Ist das ein französisches? Ja, natürlich. Das will ich nehmen. Wie viel kostet das? Es kostet 20 Mark. Danke.
The perfume cost a little more in this German store than it bought in France, where it was manufactured. These Italian mechanics are working in a Dutch motorbike factory.
E pensi di prenderne una per andare fino a casa a vedere Maria e i bambini?
Sì, almeno spero.
Here in the Netherlands, they earn good wages, most of which they send to Italy to support their families.
Lukt alles goed, jongens? Goed.
So here we have men working in a country other than their own. A French bank official checks the construction progress of a factory in Italy for which his bank is loaning capital funds.
Il semble que cela marche bien. Certes, vous vous en tenez à un programme très strict. Il y a toutefois une chose dont je ne suis pas trop sûr.
One country's investment capital is helping develop the economy of another. These have been examples of international cooperation among the peoples of the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, the Federal Republic of Germany, France, and Italy, stemming from the establishment of a unique institution, the European Economic Community. This is a customs union designed to achieve three economic goals: to eliminate tariffs, to permit free exchange of labor and capital, and to create a common market. Roughly speaking, a similar common market exists in the United States. Within the 50 political units of the United States, there is a single unified economy, covering a wide range of cultures and economic activities. This unified economy allows people and services to pass freely among the states, as well as manufactured goods and raw materials. This free trade permits specialization of production and results in lower prices, which benefit all the people of the 50 United States. Before the establishment of the European Economic Community, these countries had had a long history of strong national rivalries, which prevented broad economic cooperation. In 1914, these nationalist rivalries reached a peak with the outbreak of the First World War. Though many complex political issues underlay this war, some of the reasons for it were economic. For example, heavy industry, the basis of all modern economies, had been traditionally protected by the various national governments of Europe for generations. This protection usually took the form of high tariffs imposed on imported goods. Excluding competitive foreign goods was the goal of such economic programs. Under protectionist policies, production costs were high and markets limited as each nation sought to develop its own separate economy. So trade rivalries, along with political and territorial rivalries, increased the friction among European nations, especially during the Deep Depression that followed the First World War. During World War II, the economies of most European countries were stimulated again by defense production. This temporarily helped to overcome the economic stagnation into which Europe had fallen during the 1920s and 30s. But at the close of World War II, most of Western Europe lay in ruins. Especially hard hit had been the great centers of industry. How were the people of both Allied and Axis nations to rebuild their shattered economies? In 1947, George C. Marshall, Secretary of State, proposed a program in which American goods, food, clothing, and machinery would revitalize European economies. But after accepting initial aid, the new leaders of Western Europe, among them Konrad Adenauer of Western Germany and Robert Schuman of France, rejected old protectionist policies in favor of integrating the economies of their several nations. A start toward this was made when the coal and steel industries of 6 nations were integrated under the terms of the European Coal and Steel Community Treaty in 1951. This was a step toward the establishment of a cooperative European economy. The treaty stated that all tariffs and quotas were to be abolished gradually on the shipment of coal, iron ore, and steel between France, the Federal Republic of Germany, Italy, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. In other words, the 6 nations had entered into a customs union covering the basic materials of heavy industry. This particular customs union was encouragingly successful. Production rose in these industries, and there resulted increased employment in related industries. Delighted with these economic results, the political leaders of the European Coal and Steel Community Nations in 1957 signed into effect an even more extensive customs union agreement, the European Economic Community. This agreement was the Treaty of Rome. Under the terms of the treaty, the charter member nations of the community pledged themselves to achieve several economic goals between 1958 and 1970. By the end of this